KMR, just got back from St. Louis, and I'm in the back of Mazdatrix, dropping this RX8 off because we've got some battle damage. It's a little after the midway point, and I figured it would be a great opportunity to freshen this 1,000 horsepower 3-rotor drift car up. And as I walk around, you'll notice it's not so shiny anymore. St. Louis went quite well. I think we did better in our qualification. The judges were way happier with how the car was looking. The new Federal tires we ran at this round made way more smoke than we were getting the past 2 rounds on the other size and variation. So I think at least we're moving in the right direction. It was really disappointing having New Jersey and Orlando not turn out the way we were hoping, but kind of getting back in the right direction here at this past round in St. Louis, where we qualified well, got into the top 32, and had a pretty good battle with Matt Field. I would have liked to have done better. You know, I'll get into some of the details of how the tandems went, how the competition went in an upcoming video. We've got lots of behind the scenes footage and great action footage, so I'll make sure to get that done soon. But literally just back into town, and I thought it would be cool to walk around and talk a little bit about what we got going on. And you can see right here on the back bumper, we're missing a tail light. The bumper's tucked in. I drove the car over to this spot, but obviously this back end's got to get repaired. We make these fiberglass rear over fenders in partnership with Big Duck Club. So we'll be putting a new probably rear fender on, as well as fixing up some of this back end. And this all happened for the most part in our tandem battle against Matt Field. I ended up getting right against that outer zone 3 wall, and it was really right where I wanted to be. So this is just kind of normal battle damage. We'll get it cleaned up, but you know, we've got some cracks in the spoiler, missing a tail light, and the bumper got a little bit beat up. And I think it's not just that one contact. I think we had a few contacts over the weekend in that spot, and I mean, that's what the judges are really looking for, whether it's your qualifying or your tandem battles. If you're not within an inch or 2 in either direction of the wall, then you're really not getting close enough for what Formula Drift Pro is wanting. So that's kind of the back end. We've got a little bit of cleanup we've got to do. Obviously the tires are worn. We're going to go through the suspension. We've got a little battle damage over here. I think this was actually Adam LZ in practice, one of our tandem practices. I came into the hairpin, grabbed a little bit of e-brake, and I think as LZ popped out of the smoke, he just got a little close, and I may have been a little slow. I think it was one of my first practice runs of that particular day, and it just ended up beating up the side skirt a little bit. That E&J Apex Seal and Mishimoto panel, we'll probably make a new one of those, repop rivet. But for the moment, zip ties held us in through the event, and overall the KMR fenders, the side skirt, everything still really strong. Just needs some serious cleanup. And you can see in the back here too just how much rubber builds up. And we cleaned this off during the event, but we're not just burning rubber off of these tires anymore in Formula Drift Pro drifting. We're actually melting the rubber off of these tires, and it sticks everywhere. So continuing up to the front, we didn't have much happen in the front of the car. Really everything other than being dirty and just needing to get some rubber smears and some bugs off. The front end fared pretty well, but we are multiple rounds in, so I think just giving it the once over, the cleanup. Obviously all of our general maintenance, like new renewable lubricants 2050, some NGK plugs, clean the K&N filter, maybe a fresh set of belts. All that kind of general maintenance almost gets done every round. And we'll be doing it again as it's here at Mazdatrix before we head up to our next round in Seattle. So kind of wrapping up the East Coast leg. That's another reason we brought it back home. And we did have a partnership with Trent Beecham, so we had been transporting with Trent. But at this last round, we decided to pull back into the KMR Mazdatrix rig. And I think it's a good choice. We've got more space, more ability to bring the parts we need, Might have even been why we were feeling a little bit better out in St. Louis. But I think especially since we're now back on the West Coast, we'll just be running out of the Mazdatrix KMR rig, using Mazdatrix as a home base, and really putting some focus into these past couple, or these next couple rounds. And that's not to say that we haven't had a lot of focus on all of the events. We're working every day on this. But obviously, as the season is starting to close out and we're back on the West Coast, I want to do everything we can to hopefully get some good finishes, get into the top 16, grade 8, final 4, where I know this car can be. So I guess it's time to wrap up this BRAP video. I just wanted to show that, you know, we're home. We're going to get it into Mazdatrix. We're going to fix it all up. And then Seattle is right around the corner. It still runs and starts great. That's one thing we're real happy about. KMR Mazdatrix power. Nice and reliable. Just got to turn the master on. And we'll see if it starts right up. Hit the master. And the start button.